You are officially beyond the paywall. Today we'll explain the, unexplained. Unexplained the explained. Normal the para the normal. This spooky season. Fucking funny?
Yeah.
This fucking guy that got last for everybody.
That's
Be
funny.
your guide today.
I love unexplaining the explain. That's my favorite.
I got something to explain to you. Be your guide today, Nikki the Knife Pumpcarino. It's me. Yeah. I'm here. Turn the song. I'm gonna turn the fucking song down. My co-host today, Dylan, Dead Fish Shivery. Say hello to the fucking.
Hello. Very happy to be
This guy.
here.
This guy. You happy to be here? I'm happy you're happy.
I'm not
for
sure
once.
anymore.
Fucking A.
I'm here though.
Willie the can opener DeFreeze.
Thank you, Nikki. Pleasure to be here.
Nikki
always
the
a
knife.
It's always good to be here.
That's right. I carve you up, huh? E.
Hey.
Yo.
Oh, Pumperino? What was the last one?
Pumpcarino.
Dylan, if Nikki
Yeah,
asks you
yeah.
to go on a boat ride later, don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
I'll be swimming with the fishes.
That's a long
see?
time ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't talk about that anymore. He's a good guy, though.
How's the longshoreman strike going, Dave?
You know,
Nikki?
we figured it out. We figured it out. You know, it's not. You know, I got nothing to do with that anymore. Things have changed. It's not what it used to be.
I hear you, man. Yeah.
Producing, doing the show. It's Randy.
Hi, Nikki.
You doing all right, kid?
I'm happy to be here.
He's doing all right. You hear?
Spooktacular.
No, this guy. You remember? He came up.
This fucking guy.
He was doing video.
This fucking guy.
He was
Look at
like
him now.
doing the cartoon video of us.
Yeah.
And that's how he made his bones. And here he is now producing the show. Good guy.
Going a long way.
Come a real long way. What you guys want to do? I mean, we could do whatever. We got a ball player, a real life ball player.
Really?
I can't even bet on ball anymore.
You got banned?
They don't let me in the building.
This might be my favorite character he's done.
I know.
It's great.
It's very
It's
impressive.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. You talk about impressive, man. You should have been there in 76.
What happened?
We were making money hand over fist. I'm serious.
I believe you, man.
We had this thing. We had this chest of drawers. My dad, he made the drive from Staten Island all the way to Buffalo twice a week. He goes by this house. He sees this chest of drawers.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Brings it back. We filled it with money. We was making so much money. It was a problem, though. You know what happened, right?
Were you fixing any of these games?
It was fucking haunted.
What?
We figured it out. This shadow thing. My dad thought I was tweaking. My dad thought I was doing the drugs, loopy, the pot, right?
Yeah.
It was the chest of drawers.
Okay. Holy
says.
shit.
We put it down in the basement. Just got worse.
was
Couldn't
go-
even go down there.
He was gone off that loopy.
Yeah, you know the wacky grass, the stuff
I get it. I
that the
totally
guys were
understand.
selling over on Pine Avenue. The Pine Avenue boys. You remember
Yeah, I was
Vincent?
there. I remember.
You remember Vincent and his little buddy, the
call-
funny one,
We call him Lil Vinny.
little Vinny.
Yeah.
He always had a joke, didn't he?
Yeah. Little shit.
Always running his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore, no. He got real sick one day. He got COVID.
Oh, I
Really?
I didn't know that.
Is he okay now?
He's fine now.
Oh, okay.
He just
got COVID.
Yeah, you
And then
scared him.
He was sick for a few days.
real fucking sick.
Yeah. It's too bad.
It was a problem. You get the fucking vaccinated? You get the jab?
I got the jab once. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
good.
Get,
You
I
should.
I didn't get boosted, though.
You look healthy.
Thank you. I feel healthy.
Both you guys. Randy, you looking all right?
Hey, thanks, Nikki.
Nikki the knife.
You got
Pumpcarino.
You got old broad you taking out or what? You want to need a little money? Take her out to a show?
Hey, Nikki, I don't kiss and tell.
Give him some bones.
He's solid. He's
Give him
solid
some
guy.
bones for a day.
That's good. That's good. You know, we're wondering about you. He's like, what's this guy doing? He's on the TikTok. You see this as China.
He's big on the TikTok.
He's on the
man.
talk. I don't know. What are we doing today? We got the ball player. You want to toss it to him?
You talk to him right now.
Here's
Little
a guy.
ball toss?
Here's a guy. I call him the purveyor of piss missiles.
Wow.
Okay, this guy piss jobs.
Carries a big stick.
Oh yeah, like what's his name? Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, the big stick policy. You didn't learn nothing in history class. You didn't
I
listen.
remember the big stick.
You didn't hear shit. You wasn't listening. You were in the back playing pocket pool, right?
Yeah, I did a little pocket pull.
I bet you.
Hey, guilty as
That's
charged.
all right. That's
Guilty as
okay.
charged.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I thought of Brent Rooker of the Oakland A's. You guys ready to let him in? Are we ready to let this guy in?
Just open the doors slowly as
Do you
possible.
Do we want to do that? We've never done.
I'm terrified to see what's on the other side of that
We've never
door.
done an interview.
I know.
Spooky
This
season.
is a first.
This guy's an A-lister.
Literally.
We interviewed Skelly.
We did have Skelly. That's true.
I don't know who's a bigger guess, honestly.
That's a great point. Well, let's find out how this goes. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he's out there. Let me just go ahead and get him in here. It's Brent Rooker.
Wow.
What's up, guys?
Brent.
That was a very spooky and dramatic door opening.
Hey, Brent, real quick, man. I'm pretty sure we sent you a Wash Media hat recently. Did you lose that already?
Yeah,
or
no, I haven't. You know what
interesting.
It is? There's a big box in my garage right now of all the stuff in my locker that got packed up and sent home, and I haven't opened it. So I know exactly where that hat is. I will be repping it from here forward.
I would think that'd be the first thing you get out of that box, but I guess whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll go with what you have on.
I love a good box of hats in my garage.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of miscellaneous items in that box, so I'll have to sort through it. But I know where the hat is.
Okay.
It was not lost. I know exactly where it is.
Don't let this happen again.
It's
please.
pretty ridiculous
Well-
that we send you a hat and the first thing you do when you get home is take care of your new baby.
Man, we had to have you on for a couple reasons. Like I said, you are probably the biggest name in the Wash Media friend universe. I think
He's up there.
Pete
for
and
sure.
DJ have gotten pretty big, but you're up there. You got the 39 PP missies. That's pretty good.
39 piss jobs on the year. Solid season.
Do you know that if you hit a home run that at least half of Washed Media is going to reach out to you and tell you that it was a great piss missile?
I do. I have. I told Dylan, I think at some point, you'd be shocked by the influx of messages that I get on Instagram, just saying either pissed on it or piss missile or something.
Look,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
We're sorry for that.
Dylan's taking it a
I
little
love
far.
it. It's great.
It's Dylan's fault.
Yeah, I
It's
felt
great.
Yeah, I was I think just drinking one night. It was like 10 o'clock, and I saw you shared a story of one of your home runs, and I couldn't help myself because you did piss on it. To be fair.
Oh yeah. No, I love it. I always appreciate the support, especially from the Wash Media fan base.
Of course, the mistake I made was sharing that then on the podcast and encouraging other people to go along with it. So
It was borderline cyber harassment.
it was, yeah. Anyway, thanks for taking it in stride. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course. That's those are the more pleasant of the Instagram DMs that I receive after games. So I always welcome the positive ones for sure.
Well, that's another reason we brought you here. I had this parlay recently, and we're having fun.
You blew it for them.
So that obviously
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
No, I guess you wouldn't be surprised. That happens a lot.
So, but you sent that guy a jersey, right?
Yeah, I want to clarify that a little bit. He sent me a jersey. I then signed it and sent it back. So it wasn't like I didn't purchase a jersey or send one of my jerseys. He sent one to me. I signed it and sent it back because after that got tweeted, I then had 2,000 messages just saying why didn't you send me a jersey? You lost me a bet. That isn't what happened. I understand that's how it was framed on the internet, but it was sent to me. I did the signing and then I mailed it back. It wasn't like hey, please take a jersey. I'm apologizing for not getting a hit.
Right. That would be a little ridiculous.
However, it was framed. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, the ever-changing sports landscape.
Yeah.
Also, so you made a little news. You made a lot of news this season, most of it very positive. I think all of it positive in my book. But you did an interview. You talked about how you have you've dipped your toe in, you've dabbled, you've got your beak wet a little bit in the paranormal.
Sure. Haven't we all?
Look what we're doing here.
Who among us, Yeah.
Right. Imagine not being us. Let's talk aliens.
Okay.
Let's talk, I don't know, ancient Egypt.
Oh.
Let's talk pyramids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brent Rooker, Major League Baseball player. Your thoughts?
That was a fun one. Again, you want to talk about doing something that gets you just a bunch of messages on social media telling you that you're wrong or whatever. But yeah, look, I think we're all grown-ups here. We can all accept that the universe is a pretty big place, and the chance that we're just living in it alone are pretty slim. I think whether you want to take the pyramid comment fully seriously or a little tongue-in-cheek is kind of up to you and your interpretation. But I'm here for any extraterrestrial talk, UFO talk that you guys want to do. We have our first base coach is an eyewitness, claimed eyewitness to a UFO in Southern California several years ago. He has a very good story.
Yes.
That he shared with me. It's he claims, and I say claims, I fully believe him here. He was a Southern California native. He's driving down the road one day. He looks up into the sky, and there's just like a floating, what he describes as like a Coke can shaped object, like just kind of floating, hovering, suspended in the sky. He kind of looks back at the road because he's driving, obviously, and glances back up, sees it again, and then suddenly it just kind of darts in a direction and is gone. And he's like, I don't know what I just witnessed, but I know what I saw. I just don't know what that thing was. So he does a little research. Can't find anything about it. And I think a few years later, I don't know where he finds it, but he finds a thread of people online kind of talking about the same thing that they saw, like on the same day at the same time. So I have never witnessed anything of the extraterrestrial variety, but our first base coach, former American League Rookie of the Year, Bobby Crosby, has an eyewitness story that he likes to share. And it's pretty convincing.
Isn't that the shape of that similar to the footage that was released, I want to say, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think a lot of the stories, the shape of the objects is always pretty consistent. It's always like tic-tac, Coke can,
tic-tac,
cylindrical type thing. Yeah. So everybody kind of describes the same type thing. It's a lot of Southern California sightings too. It's always in the same region. So it's kind of
interesting.
And then of course the infamous Pfister Hotel.
The Pfister,
Dylan, not a reference to former Tigers great Doug Pfister.
Okay, that's where I was immediately going with that.
That guy had a whiff rate over 30% on that curveball.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, you talk about nightmares.
Is that real?
Oh, that's real.
Just a nasty hook on that.
It's the great Doug Pfister, former Ranger great too. Had a little cup of coffee with Texas. Will, you know Dougie Fist?
Yeah. I think I might have overhyped his acquisition at the time in the group chat, so I kind of got designated as the Doug Pfister guy in the group chat for a little bit.
The Pfister guy.
That's right. We've all been there, man. I had high hopes for him when Texas took a flyer on him. Didn't work out, but hey, you know what? Had a good career. But the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, correct?
Milwaukee.
Known for its spookiness, obviously.
Known to be haunted. Is that the deal?
It's one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty universally. Yeah, there's two sides of the hotel. There's the old side, and there's like a new addition side. And then the old side is pretty much, it's definitely, there's some stuff going on.
It feels like every major city has like that one hotel, like that was, obviously one of the older hotels in the city.
Yeah.
Like Austin has the Driscoll. A lot of haunted stories coming out. I know there's one in Denver. A lot of big cities have these. So.
There's I think there's three in our rota. There's the Milwaukee one. It's probably the most famous one. The one in Tampa is also kind of claimed to have some stuff going on. It's the Vinoy Resort. It's in St. Pete, actually. And then there's one in, I guess it's in Oakland. It's on this side of the bay. So I guess it's in Claremont, actually, the Claremont Hotel, where I think a couple teams might stay there when they play us. But I know it was the COVID hotel during the 2020 season where they kind of bubbled everybody and quarantined everybody so the season could continue. And there's some crazy stories that come out of the Claremont Hotel too. So I think we have three of them kind of in our rota of places that we stay at.
The ghosts have to be licking their chops when they're like, "Oh, these people are quarantined away."
Yeah, they can't leave.
Empty hotel.
I think
captive
I
audience.
heard the story there is, I think it was one Giants guy, and it's always the one there is always like a very specific like little girl ghost, and she's in the hallway and like. The guy thought that she was lost and like walked up to her to try to help her find her mom or whatever. The girl turned the corner, then he went and kind of turned the same corner, and the corner was just like a dead end, and like she was gone. And then the other one was a guy on the A's who was staying there during the quarantine bubble. The little girl somehow wound up and like he saw her in his room, and he went to the front desk, was like, "Nah, I'm out," and then he just went and slept in the clubhouse instead of staying at the hotel.
See, I thought that's the right thing to do.
That's my
I'm not doing. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't if I saw that. I'd be out.
I did a little research on the Pfister Hotel, and I did see. I think Mookie Betts had a similar experience where Mookie Betts got out of there.
Really?
Mookie won't stay there. Mookie Airbnbs when they go to Milwaukee, he won't stay there.
That's the great Mookie Betts.
There's a few guys around the league that just don't stay there.
Is it's always the same hotel that you guys stay in when you go to these cities?
Yeah, I think there's probably in each city there's probably like 2 or 3 that different teams stay in, but yeah, it's most of the time teams stay in like the same 1 or 2 hotels.
Yeah, you would think that since the Pfister Hotel has such a reputation as being a place where ghosts are like, hey, maybe we should pivot.
Everybody stays there.
There's got to be a Marriott. There's got to there's got to someone's got some points. We can make this work.
I want my players resting, not leading ghost little girls to dead ends.
Yeah.
If you're
freaked out.
If your star player Mookie Betts is like, I'm not staying here, guys. Like you would think that like the whole team would just pivot at some point, you know?
The Pfister's definitely one with the most published on it, though. I think Bryce Harper has a story. I can't remember who else. It might have been Yadier Molina has a few stories about it, but there's definitely guys who have been like, I've seen some stuff, and I'm not.
If it's me
not anymore.
If it's me and I'm a ball player, which my ball playing days are over.
Yeah, you got shelled that one time.
Shout out to the OCBF for absolutely shelling me and ending my career. If it's me, I'm just getting all the boys, and we're gonna like bunk up in one room, build forts, and just do this thing. Like we're gonna hunker down. We're gonna tell some stories, and we're gonna make a night.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go full Ghostbusters.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? He's gonna watch it. Have you seen Ghostbusters?
I've seen the old one. I have not seen the more recent one.
Yeah, we're talking about the old one.
You can skip it.
Yeah,
old one's great though.
Okay, that's fair.
But how dope would that be? You get the boys
in
there.
Plans to watch the new one, but
yeah, Will's gonna watch what's probably my favorite comedy of all time, the original Ghostbusters. He's never seen it, and it's not going to hit like it should hit because it's 2025 or whatever year it is. Is it 25?
It's 24.
It's 24.
24, David.
We're beyond
your eyes are to the future, though.
Beyond the paywall. And he's not going to like it.
Essentially 2025.
It's going to make me upset, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as you've seen it.
Still watch it.
Yeah, still watch it. It's a comedy classic. But tell us your story, because I know you've told it before, but I want you to give us like the behind the scenes, like the stuff you couldn't say. You're beyond the paywall right now. You can say what you want.
My personal story is not crazy. I've only stayed on the old side once. I think I've stayed at the hotel 4 or 5 times now. I've only stayed on the old side once. Only thing that happened to me was like I had some light flickering situation, but that could be contributed to just like 200-year-old wiring or whatever it is. My TV would change channels randomly. That did happen. I'd have it on whatever golf channel, and I'd look down at my phone and look back up, and it would be on something that wasn't the golf channel. So that was the only, which is a little weird, but nothing like, it didn't make me leave the hotel or go report to the front desk. I just kind of accepted it as it was. I had a teammate who, this is the one I told in the interview, I think. We came back. I don't remember if I was on the team at this point or not. I'd played with this guy in the minor leagues and through AAA, but he came back after a game and tried to get into his room, and the latch was done from the inside. So like he couldn't get back in his room with obviously all his stuff in there. So he had to obviously go tell I don't know how I guess they took the door off the hinges. Like I don't know how else you would get back into that room with it being latched from the inside. But that was his story, and that definitely freaked us all out a little bit. Just to have the thing closed from the inside of the room, not being able to get back in.
And this was at the Pfister?
This was at the Pfister. Yeah, this is in Milwaukee.
What level of spookiness has to hit in the room for you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna just see myself out?
I'm out.
Anything. I think if I saw anything moving or like an apparition of some kind, obviously that's way over the line. But if I see an object like moving unexplained, I think I'm out at that point. I think that's just an energy I don't want to be a part of.
That's fair. I have to see some kind of figure. I know a popular like, telling of encounters at the Driscoll Hotel here in Austin is that faucets would randomly turn on like in the middle of the
that
night.
would do it for me. Like
Something
a twisted handle with a faucet running would be like, nah, I'm out.
And these
I think there's a lot. If it's just the water coming on, I think I would stay. If the faucet like rotated, I think that would be like, nah, I'm good.
You have to see the handle actually turning, you're saying?
You hear it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would assume it would be squeaky. It wouldn't be it would be very squeaky if it's this level.
See, I'd be writing all this off to like my toddler, being like, all right, he changed the channel somehow. He turned the sink around and turned it on, so it's just going everywhere in the bathroom.
If it's me, I don't mess around with like wasting water. It's kind of part of my green initiative. And like,
Sure.
if these ghosts are gonna like mess around and like just turn it on, especially in Austin right now, we're in a drought. Lake Travis is very
Sure.
low right now, and you just turn the water on, you're gonna waste it just for a few like ghostly laughs, some spooks. Like,
You can't
come on,
stand
man.
for that.
No,
You can't stand for that.
no,
We're not doing
I
that.
think-
that's not a part of
I
our
don't
green
remember if
initiative.
it's Harper's story or somebody else's, but like their story is like clothes being thrown across the room. I'm like, if that happens, yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving clothes. That's a deal breaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be
See a
sleeping
tall
in-
T walking across the room,
I'd be sleeping in my uniform.
hugging your.
I
back.
still put the lamp on. I did leave the lamp on though the one time I stayed at the old side, just out of precaution. I don't know what that's going to do, but it made me feel.
Is there any
better.
chance the Brewers are the source of all this, and
They
they're
could,
just
for
trying
sure.
to
I think
freak
there's-
everybody
there's
out by like
definitely-
doing
there's
these
definitely-
stories and keeping everybody
Yeah.
up at night?
I like that.
There's
theory.
definitely a possibility.
It's like
Or
the
at least it's the reason they keep putting us there. Because it's like, I mean, if we're it gives us a slight advantage, these guys aren't going to sleep all night.
the owners are like huge Brewers fans, and they're like, no, okay, Rooker's on a heater right now. Put him in room 342.
Change
We
the
got
channel.
Trick
Yeah.
it up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
put him on the channel changing program for a little bit and see if it moves him.
the
Yeah,
home,
yeah, they got different levels.
are you saying the home team gets to decide like which hotels you
No,
guys
I
stay?
don't think that's how
Okay.
it works. I don't think that's how it works.
I was like, wait a
I don't think
minute.
That's how it operates.
It's definitely what's going on here.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Just out of curiosity, would you rather hear a ghost speak to you but not see it at all, or
Oh,
see the
Jesus.
ghost and not hear it?
I
Oof.
think those are equal for me. I think either one, I'm just absolutely out of there.
I don't like either of them. I think I would freak out. I don't know, actually. Now that I think about just hearing a voice, that sounds terrible too. That's almost more easily explained than like seeing something though, like maybe a TV from another room or I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if
The-
I heard something, I would write it off as somebody's messing with me right now, or someone
Yeah,
has a
if
TV
you
on.
see something, there's no way to write that off.
Yeah, like if I see something and I'm alone,
That's true.
I'm like super freaked out that I'm the sole person that is experiencing this right now. There's no other person that could possibly be experiencing it.
Yeah. We had this conversation. We were talking about the Claremont stories, but like if you actually have that experience, like legitimately see this little girl and the little girl's gone, like that has to change the way that you view the entire world for the rest of your life. Like I don't see any way around that. Which that's like a very profound, like my worldview is now shifted because I just
Yeah.
witnessed this thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was real or not, and now I'm sure that it's real, and now I'm just scared all the time.
Yeah, I know someone, very normal guy. He has a ghost story about a little girl that he saw her a few times in his home, but one particular time he was sleeping and he literally felt a tug on his like toe, like through the sheets.
Come
and,
on.
and looked at the foot of the bed, and there's a little girl
No,
standing
see,
there.
like I can't.
Like
I don't know what to do about
that's
that.
about as bad as it
Toes
gets.
should be off limits.
Yeah,
I think
don't
so,
touch the
too.
toes.
Come on.
No, I haven't
Freaky
had
ass.
I haven't had a personal experience with any ghosts that like make me a true, altered believer. But I trust everyone that I know
Yeah,
who
there
has
are
ghost
so many
stories, and
stories.
so I do believe. But like, you're completely right. I'm one experience away from being like, yeah, okay,
Like,
this is
everything
a thing.
I just see everything differently now. I don't know what I thought I know. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
The thing that shocks me the most about some of the stories we get sent, it's like the amount of like how hardcore it has to get for people to be like, you know what, I should probably not stay here tonight. That's what always shocks me. It's like someone will get pulled out of bed by a demon and like walk around like their house like a zombie, and then like their roommate's like, hey, you're doing weird shit last night, and then like the next thing you know, it's like the next night I went to bed. I'm like, no,
But
dude,
if
you gotta
it's-
like
Out immediately.
if
gotta-
it's
Dylan, did that guy continue living in that house?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When you live in the house, it's hard to just pick up your shit and
You
leave.
got to leave.
it's your
you
house.
got to. You don't have a choice.
I know, but at some point you got to go.
was it an old house?
I believe it was. I haven't seen
Okay.
this guy in years, so I can't just like hit him up and ask him for details on it. But yeah, I think it was an
Sure,
old
sure, sure,
house.
sure.
They moved in and stuff started to happen. I think one point he saw the same figure, like reflection in the mirror as he was like brushing his teeth or something. But
Nope.
the toe tug
Gone.
was absolutely the worst.
That's like a physical touching
Yeah, which
too.
you
That's so
don't-
that's even like another level.
I
Because
know.
now this thing is like has like a form.
yeah, right,
Like can
right.
touch things.
Right.
Yeah. No,
that brings in a whole bunch of other, scary things into play. If it can like touch. That means it
Right,
can like
right.
touch like stuff around your house. So
It can kill you.
It can kill you. It could
It could kill you.
Yeah.
flood the house while you're gone.
It can hold things.
Yeah.
What if it like rips a nose hair out or something?
Ooh.
Okay, that's worse.
Flicks your earlobe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just
Wet
really,
willy?
really
Oh.
annoying ghosts.
I draw the line at wet willies.
Yeah.
Or just starts giving you a little nut tap, a little nut check. It goes full baseball locker room.
Yeah.
Like, all right, come
He's
on.
putting your hand in water. It's just like, stop.
That would be the worst ghost. It would be just like an old ball player from like the late 70s.
Right. Just lighting your shoe on fire. Doing stuff like that.
Just stuff that's like not acceptable anymore. It's like, dude, times have changed. You
Nut
can't get away with
taps.
that kind of humor. What are you doing? Oh man. You want to do an impromptu nail bag?
Let's do a nail bag. If you have time to stick around for a nail bag, we love
Sure,
to have
yeah.
you. Okay, let's do it.
I got plenty of time.
So this is a real story, in theory, unless our listeners are just full of it. But this is a story sent in, and I'm going to read it. It's a little long, but it is a good one. And I gotta say, we've only done one episode or one other nail bag this season, but this is by far the spookiest we've
Oh,
had.
shit.
So
You've never prompted a
Yeah, this is high
A
praise.
story like
I'm
this
just-
before.
yeah, I'm just saying we may have a lot of new people listening to us because Brent's a big 39 piss jobs. He's a big star now. This
Not
will come.
40. One short of 40.
It's okay.
That's something that will haunt me forever. If you want to talk about haunting. I couldn't hit. I had 150 games. They had one home run. I couldn't do it.
Man, we were
So-
tracking it too. I was in the text group like, all right, he's got 39. He's got like a handful of games left. He's hitting like 298. Like he's gonna get there. And we were tracking it. So
Be honest.
almost. Man.
Be honest before we get to the story. Were you like
Mhm.
that last game? Were you like okay? Did you kind of throw away situational hitting, or were you kind of,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
okay? Just making sure. That's the right.
The year
answer.
of the previous season, 2023, I had 29 going into the last day. So I hit my 30th my last at bat of that season. But yeah, that last day is just like, all right, we're going for this, and it's either gonna go really poorly or we're gonna get it, but one or the other is gonna happen.
That just means you're hitting 49 next year, man.
Yeah, that would be we would welcome that.
That would be
great.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
This one comes to us from Ohio.
Wow, big Ohio year for spooky season.
It really is. Hello, spooky boys. It's Nick from Cleveland. Got a real doozy for you, so let me jump right in. Around 4 years ago, a close friend of mine, I'll call him Sam, basically fell off the face of the planet. Not literally. For around 2 to 3 months, he wouldn't respond to texts or calls at all, and none of our other friends had talked to him either. I even tried calling his parents to no avail. Sometimes he does this. He's one of those guys. We've all got one of those friends, just kind of disappears for a little bit. But the length of time was suspicious, so I decided to take a cruise to his house. The night before I was going to go to his house, he called me out of the blue and asked me to meet him at Mission Barbecue that weekend. My fraternity, Dylan,
Frat.
had nothing going on that weekend besides some pre-games, which are your parties, so I agreed.
Okay. I love this.
Their pre-games are your parties,
Right.
Dylan.
Yeah.
He's talking specifically to you.
Because he's in a frat.
That's correct. That's the thing. I met Sam at Mission Barbecue and asked where he'd been. He seemed to avoid the subject completely, making up some excuse about his phone breaking while playing basketball. Sam didn't seem like himself. He seemed jumpy and nervous, and his eyes darted around, looking people up and down. This was unlike him, and I told him that. He just casually brushed me off. We got our food and sat down to eat. Every time I questioned him on the disappearance, he totally disregarded my concerns and changed the subject. Toward the end of my meal, curiosity was killing me, and I finally convinced him to tell me what was going on. Sam got very serious, which once again is unusual for him. He asked me to not interrupt him and promised not to judge him if he told me the story. I agreed, half laughing at him. Sam told me around 2 to 3 months ago his dad, on his way back from work, saw a chest of drawers in someone's lawn waiting to be picked up for garbage day. Bulk pickup, you know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
put it out like right before your date. The people who put out their bulk stuff like way too early, they're trash. They're trash.
Hey,
move.
maybe they're leaving town.
That's fine. That's fair. I can dig that. But like some people, like there was like a bike sitting out there. Got to whatever. Whole thing. You know, neighborhoods are. Sam's dad, being the lower middle class family patriarch he is, unnecessary, decided to
Phil,
pick
What
it
the
up.
hell? Why you gotta take a shot?
Jeez, dude. Decided to pick it up and load it into his car. He brought it home and put it in Sam's room, a room that he shared with his brother, who I'll call Jerry. Sam said no one thought anything of it for a few weeks. He then said, after a few weeks, he and his family started to notice some bizarre occurrences. He told me he would see shadows out of the corner of his eye and lights would flicker on and off. Once again, no one in the family was very alarmed and chalked it up to some faulty LED lighting throughout the home. That all changed one Friday.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
Sam said his mother and him were in the living room watching a TV show when they heard Jerry, his brother, scream at the top of his lungs from their bedroom at the top of the stairs. Sam sprinted up the stairs with his mom close behind, unsure what was going on. Sam peered into the black as night room and told me that Jerry was sitting straight up in his bed with both of his hands clasped around his neck as if he was choking. Jerry was making a crackling, gurgling noise as his hands gripped and clawed at his neck. Sam said that just to the left of his brother, he could make out a darker than dark figure standing with his hands around Jerry's neck as well.
Oh my God.
Sam couldn't believe his eyes and threw the light on and as quickly as humanly possible. As soon as the light flooded the room, the black figure vanished and Jerry fell back into a peaceful slumber, collapsing back on his bed, never once waking up. Heavy sleeper is Jerry.
What?
Yeah, good for him.
Shout out to Ambien.
Yeah, he must have been.
You got to think there's some sleeping PEDs going down here.
I don't like shadow figures.
No,
Like at all?
no one does. They've never done a good thing.
Are they similar to night walkers? What's a night walker?
I like that you looked at Randy.
Yeah, sorry.
Am I
You
an
know,
authority
it's-
here?
Hey, go ahead and look that up, bud.
I'll look it up for you.
I thought you knew what a night
Are you
walker
talking like
was.
the sleep paralysis thing?
I don't know, man. No.
What's that called?
Sleep paralysis demon.
Sleep paralysis demon.
I'm a big
Yeah.
sleep paralysis guy. I do that a lot. but
I've had
that's
it
not
happen
the
a couple
same.
times.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I
but
hate it.
luckily, it's never happened to me.
You find yourself like trying to talk during it, like trying to kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I try
that's-
to yell.
yeah.
I try to yell.
I'll know if I like drool a lot. I'll know that I've done it and I just didn't remember it because you kind of try to yell and you can't really open your mouth and you
can't,
spit.
yeah.
It's a
I've
whole
never
bad
tried to
thing.
yell during it. All I do is sit there and I'm like, I can't move anything right now.
But
And
you
I'm
don't see
like,
a figure, right?
No, but I just think to myself, like, I need to move something soon to confirm that my body still works.
Right.
Yeah, that's never happened to me. The scariest, obviously, the scary ones are when you actually see a figure standing over them and you can't do anything about it. Like you try to scream or whatever, and there's like nothing happening.
Well, I think I told this on an old spooky season, but I was staying at my ex-girlfriend's house, and one morning we woke up and we're eating breakfast, and her sister came down, and she was like, apologized to her mom for waking her up last night. And she said that she was having like some type of nightmare and woke up with like scratches on her legs and was just like freaking out. And from that point on, I was like, yeah, I don't want to stay in this house.
Mm.
Oh,
Like, I'm
You
good.
made the right choice.
Yeah.
my dad had a nightmare one time
Yeah,
that
she
he
dumped
was buried alive, and he destroyed his room
Trying to get out.
trying to get out. Yeah, like tore blinds off the wall and all kinds of stuff. Pretty nuts.
Damn.
So you gotta get rid of that chest of drawers, huh?
Yeah, that's. I think,
Yeah,
like
I think
immediately.
that
You gotta
might be
just-
where this story's going.
That's got to go back on the curb.
But I got some news. We're just getting started here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh
That
no!
was the end.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I couldn't believe what he was telling me, though I was sufficiently creeped out. But true to my word, I held my tongue as my friend, with panic in his voice, continued on with his narrative. Sam said that after that point, his family's mental health began to rapidly deteriorate. No one in the home could get more than a wink of sleep. They were terrorized by nightmares of black shadows in their bedrooms and in their humble home. Sam told me about one of these nightmares that was particularly disturbing. Sam woke up around 3 a.m. to hear his phone alarm going off. He thought this to be bizarre because he didn't set any alarm. He rolled over and wiped the sleep out of his eyes, only to see his phone emitting a strange blue glow that he had never seen.
Come on.
He reached over, grabbed it, and fumbled with it to turn off the alarm. He told me he could clearly see his reflection in the phone that was still glowing a muted static blue. He looked at his reflection, but something felt off, almost as if he wasn't looking at himself. In the reflection, he saw a snake slowly slip around his neck and begin to squeeze. He began to feel his own breathing slow and felt pressure on his neck. Sam ran out of the house and ran outside, smashing his phone on the concrete of his driveway.
What the fuck? I'm going to get
That's
you.
a snake in theory.
I'm going to get you.
Can you imagine?
I mean,
This is like. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking like this guy has been off the grid for 3 months, and obviously some shit went down. If this happened to me, I don't think I'm contacting people. I'm just like trying to rationalize what's happening in my life for a while, and This is absolutely terrifying.
Maybe he lived at a snake farm.
Just sounds nasty.
It's a reptile house.
Right.
An iguana in the basement.
Dude, that'd be so much more chill if like it was a lizard of some sort. Like
Snake.
Yeah.
Snakes are the worst.
No, we don't mess with snakes here.
Snakes are the worst.
It's just like, how do they move without legs, you know?
They slither, man.
People be asking that all the time.
Sheesh.
What if I told you there's another occurrence?
Oh yeah, I was expecting it at this point.
Mhm.
Is this okay? At this point, and he may not include this, but is he seeking some kind of like
Yeah, Sam okay? Like,
yeah, does he like maybe therapy, maybe he's getting like some I don't know, someone in his house.
Priest.
Something, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
something.
if these things happen to me, I'm not just going about my day without
No, that's what
finding
I was gonna say. Like,
solutions.
I don't see how like this. Again, I'm gonna believe this guy because I have no reason not to. But like, how does something like that happen to you, and then you just go about living your normal life?
Right.
I would never be able to do. I would never sleep again.
right. All right, what happens next?
The last occurrence he mentioned to me involved his cousin. At the time, his cousin was in the throes of a very, very bad relationship with her now ex-husband. One day, the cousin called Sam, begging him and his mom to come over because her husband was arguing with her terribly that day. Sam and his mom leapt into the car and sped to the cousins. Sam said they burst into the house and saw the husband attempting to be physical with her. Except according to him, it wasn't the cousin's husband. He saw the same black creature that was choking Jerry, controlling the husband, almost as if he were a marionette.
Holy shit.
You know what a marionette is?
I do.
Not
Yeah.
good. You seen Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying.
Sounds much scarier than that situation.
Sam broke up the fight and the husband was taken to jail. There were a few other stories, but in the interest of brevity, I didn't include them. Sam said the family had a meeting after this and discussed the constant paranormal torture they were brought under. They finally decided it must have something to do with the chest of drawers because all this started when they brought it into the home. Yeah, you think so?
Okay.
Yeah,
He went
I
to
don't
the
think it would
house.
have taken me 3 occurrences to get there. I think the first occurrence, the
Right.
chest of drawers
The chest
was
is
burned.
gone.
He said
Yeah.
he said he went to the house with his mother. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did she also see this figure, or was it just Sam?
You know, he left some things out for the purposes of brevity.
Well, okay. I would like to have known if
It's
she.
a good word, brevity.
Because if you're the only one who sees this figure, you start to think like this is just me. This is not a real
Right.
thing in real life. You
Yeah.
know.
This alters the way I look at bulk pickup.
Should.
Like
For sure.
anytime I go down the street during bulk pickup now, I'm going to be like, this is all haunted stuff. Like people are just getting rid of haunted things right now.
You think that guy that had the no fat bitches truck got anything haunted?
He might have gotten a haunted treadmill or Peloton.
There's nothing worse than a haunted Peloton.
No.
Just dreams and goals just by the wayside.
Wow.
Man. You know, my
Do they-
father-in-law, he's a big estate sale guy, and he'll find really, really great things. And I'm just like, some of it I'm like, okay, yeah, well, that's really dope, and we'll take it. But I'm also kind of wondering, like, what did we just bring in here?
Yeah. It's kind of like getting like drafted when you're at the estate sale and you're just like a haunted thing. It's like, all right, going to a new place.
It really
Yeah.
is like a draft.
Did he describe how they got rid of the chest of drawers? Did they just put it back on the street for the next poor person to scoop up, and
You got to take a hatchet to that thing and just
you
destroy
got to
it.
destroy it?
Okay, and
Yeah, but you don't want to piss off the shadow man.
I've got. Let me get to this. This
Okay.
is good. I've got some issues here. Sam said that they had a family meeting after this and discussed the constant torture they were being brought under. They decided it must have some. Oh, I already read this. I'm sorry. Sam told me he and his dad moved into their garage just a few days ago. Sam looked at me and said that the chest is still in the garage as we spoke.
Come on, man.
Get it out of the house.
I waved him
Yeah.
off, telling him to, quote, get the F out of there. Sam grabbed my hand with fear in his eyes and begged me to believe him. I've never still to this day seen that much fear and seriousness in the eye of a friend. It was at that point I decided to believe him. Sam said I was more than welcome to crash at his place because now the chest was out of the home and everything was back to normal. So he did get it out. They didn't want to subject anyone else to what they had gone through. They decided to keep it in the garage until trash day. I decided that I had to go see the chest for myself. We drove to his house and opened his garage. In front of me was the most nondescript chest of drawers I'd ever seen in my life. I examined it, however, briefly and went inside to drink a beer and watch TV. Why are you touching it?
Yeah,
touch it.
Why are you even
doing?
going to see
Why are
it?
you in the house?
Oh,
Yeah, don't
You
even.
got to
I'm
get
not-
out of there.
I'm not looking at it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a picture of it.
nah.
Ooh.
this guy. Love the backers, but come on. I ended up crashing on his couch that night and never really gave much thought to the chest again. That night, I had one of the most vivid dreams I'd ever had. I dreamt that I walked out of his kitchen, down the drive, and opened the garage door, only to be greeted by the chest, which was backlit by a crimson red light. Roll Tide. The chest seemed to beckon me, and in my dream, I remember being somewhat lucid, thinking I need to leave right now and never come back. The chest seemed to suggest that I must bring it home with me. Needless to say, I woke up in a cold sweat. Yikes.
You don't want your absolute boy cold sweating on your couch.
Yeah, what happened over there, bud?
But if you have a haunted house that you're not getting rid of chests in, then like you kind of have to expect that to happen.
It's kind of on you for sleeping at the house.
Yeah,
too,
I'm
right?
just not staying in that house.
Yeah,
not sleep at that house.
I'm gonna go get a room at the Pfister.
I think he wanted something to happen to him so he could identify with his buddy and be like, all right,
brothers for life.
I get it.
Brothers for life there. Sam and his dad chopped the chest up that morning and burned it in a bonfire in the backyard.
Yeah, that's the move.
There you go.
Dude, I don't know if it is the move.
It almost seems like
I
you're
feel
going to
like-
piss it off worse.
Yeah, like you don't want to piss off the ghost by burning its home. Or its spirit, or its aura. I don't know what it is.
It's negative
It's a
aura.
Horcrux.
It is.
Oh, it is a Horcrux.
There you
Dylan,
go.
you understand that
There you go.
reference?
I do.
What do you think? What's a Horcrux?
It was part of the soul of Voldemort, right? I mean, is that the basic explanation?
Yeah, it's close.
And it's obviously evil.
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kill
it's
all the
bad.
Horcruxes, you kill Voldemort.
There you go.
Notoriously hard to kill.
Notoriously hard to kill. Very difficult and dangerous too.
No spoilers. I'm only on the 5th movie.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am, dude.
Really?
For how many years?
Like one?
Dude,
you
finish
know
it.
I only watch when it's cozy outside?
Dude, you know what? I don't even like that kind of shit, and I loved Harry Potter.
Oh, I love it too.
Okay,
I love it too. They're long.
they're long, but you've had time.
You get a lot of shit for taking a long time to watch things. I should probably get an equal amount.
Yeah,
The end.
that was. I mean,
Okay, so they burned it and it's good. Like nothing else has happened. That's good news.
unless this was recent and we just don't know the follow up yet.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
first said it, I thought you meant that the two guys moved into the garage themselves. They didn't move the chest into the
I did
garage.
too,
And I was
dude.
like,
Well,
man, I
dude.
just don't know if that's the move either. Like, if you're having to sleep in your garage because of this ghost, you got to figure it out.
Oh, I did say that they moved into their garage, which would have been really tight. Just drinking beers out there with their pops.
Yep. Sleeping on a cot,
Just
Shadow
pop-
figures too.
playing darts.
next to a haunted chest of drawers.
So my question was the cousin and the husband at a different place,
Yeah.
and so this ghost was.
No, that's where the chest of drawers wasn't even there.
It travels well.
Okay.
Or maybe it traveled with Sam's buddy. Or with Sam? No, Sam with Sam.
Yeah.
I was thinking Sam was the guy who wrote in, but Sam was the guy in the story.
Right. No, I mean like the ghost, that's like kind of like a horror movie thing. Like some of the spookier ones, you'll see like somebody being controlled by like the
Mhm.
shadowy demon thing. That's scary.
Yeah.
The whole thing's creepy. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
that's yeah.
I'm gonna give it 2. 1,
I don't
2.
fault Sam for just falling off the grid for a bit, you know?
Boom or a doom?
You said boomer, sort of, and it's Texas.
Boom.
It's Texas OU week, and it's like
Just relax.
You're so
dude.
Texas coded, man.
Sorry, that's a doom, Dave. Obviously,
It's a doom.
yeah.
To answer your question, Will, a night walker is a prostitute. So
It's
Probably has
Very
a
different.
couple meanings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the dictionary.
A lady of the night.
That one is truly terrifying, David.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't know.
Thanks, Randy.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to. I don't know if you're gonna get any scarier for the rest of spooky season. That seems like it kind of might be the one.
We've had some doozies in the past, but that
Yeah.
one's up there for sure.
I think I'm taking back what I said earlier about how I need something to happen to me. I think I just need like a close friend to do exactly what
Right.
his friend did and like look him in the eyes and be like, I need you to believe me right now. And I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm in.
Which is probably why
Yeah.
he like didn't talk to anybody for a while. Like he's like, no one's gonna believe me if I tell people what's going on. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. So when his friend
Yeah.
like demanded a conversation face to face, like you gotta believe me if I'm gonna share this story with you. I get it. Like
Yeah.
I do.
I'm wondering, like, I think if it's me, I think I'm going right to the group text after the first really spooky thing, right? I'm not keeping it to
Have to.
myself. I'm letting the boys
to.
know, like,
I
dude,
would, I would keep it vague. I'd be like,
Something's
look,
happening
some
over
weird shit happened to me. I don't want to like fully explain. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I need some time to myself for a bit.
Do group texts traditionally make like help you solve problems, or they just kind of make them much
No,
worse?
they're just gonna clown him.
Yeah, you are.
Dude,
You're
you're
gonna
you're such a
make fun of
pussy.
him. Yeah.
You're the main character for like the next year.
Yeah.
Oh, ghost guy can't make it to the birthday party.
Oh, what's wrong?
Oh,
you scared?
Are you haunted today?
Are you
Oh,
scared?
no. Did the furniture scare you?
He's like, guys, this is serious. Fuck, man.
What did I need to know? Like what they were actually putting in the chest of drawers? Like what items? Because it'd be funny if it was like I don't know.
Typically, clothes go in there.
I know, but what if I don't know if it's an underwear drawer and it's haunted? It's kind of it's funny.
Yeah, you're right.
It's slapsticky, but it's funny.
Yeah. Sheesh, man.
Well, that was almost too much. I almost don't want to do the show anymore. Brent, you've been a real delight. You've been a real treat.
No, man, it's always a pleasure to be here, whether we're doing sports talk or spooky season talk. I love being on. It's a great time.
We love having you on, man. We appreciate you.
Do you have any friends in the postseason that you're kind of pulling for, or?
I have the most friends on the Royals just because I had a brief stint there. I'd like to see them. They have a good story. I'd like to see them playing well, but it's I like being able to. Obviously, as a player, it's a unique position, but being able to watch objectively and just kind of take the emotion out of it and just enjoy the product being put on display is always fun for me. So I have no rooting interest. I'm just enjoying watching and hoping to be a participant, in the near future.
Absolutely. We're hoping so too.
Yeah. Well, fantastic.
It's been a pleasure.
Brent Rooker, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
appreciate you, man. Have a good one. Enjoy
thanks, guys.
enjoy the off season and the two little ones at home.
Will do.
We need to get you down here to play golf. 6 handicap? Is that where we're at?
Roughly between 5 and 6.
Okay.
This guy.
Okay.
You don't find it hard to maintain a good golf swing while also maintaining a baseball swing?
A little bit. I'm out of commission for a bit though. We got a thing here. I had season ended Sunday. I had surgery on Tuesday to fix a little tendon tear in my arm there. So I'm out of golf commission for a bit.
And when did that tear happen? How long have you been playing with it?
Game 1.
Holy
So-
shit.
Oh, okay.
What?
He's kind of dealt with it all year.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
Perfect.
But,
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Is this public?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
man.
The surgery has been reported publicly, so I don't have any issues here.
We've been talking to you for 40 minutes now. I haven't seen your right arm yet. So it's
Yeah,
there it
okay.
is.
It's all braced up.
Man.
Well, yeah.
Dylan, you couldn't live like that.
What do you Come on, man. Come on, man.
It would be tough.
We're
I'm
not
just
doing
saying you
that.
like to
We're not
play
doing
baseball. You like to hit the ball around. All right, Brent, you're the man. Thank you, dude.
See you,
Thanks,
Brad.
guys.
Thank you.
Ow. What a guy.
Great guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
I mean, he can do it all. He's a triple threat. He's got spooky stories. He's got an athletic career that he does professionally well,
He's a hell of a nice guy as well.
and he can do podcasts.
Dude, how about 39 piss jobs with a torn ligament in his elbow? Did not know.
I kind of wish I had known that information earlier. No, I'm playing. I'm messing with you. Nothing.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah, we joke here, but seriously,
Didn't you
it's a
say you could
show.
hit 39 piss missiles if you just got along with your high school manager better?
Yeah, he wouldn't let me swing away.
They told you like literally don't hit home runs.
Yeah, he was like, you're a gap to gap guy, and that's what I want you to do.
Weren't you a big mind the gap guy? You had that T-shirt.
Ooh, remember that phase for a little bit?
It was the chive was big.
Was there ever a conversation at TFM? What's our mind the gap going to be?
Probably.
Someone
so.
definitely said that.
What's
Yeah,
our
they-
mind the gap
Yeah,
gonna
then
be?
Might have been
we
me.
created TFM Girls. That's what
Did
happened.
well.
Quite.
You did a great job running that entire operation.
I didn't handle one of those posts. Not a one.
I know he's joking, but you were a horny little guy.
Yeah, still am.
Yeah, he's
Still
a
am.
fucking- you still are, but you're good. You're looking good. How old are you now?
About to turn 41. Thanks, Nikki.
41.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know what I was doing? You know what I was doing when I was 41?
What's that?
2.5 in Rikers.
That's not a long stint, but I'm sorry that you were in there, man.
You mem-
Racketeering?
No. The guy caught up. We was selling cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? I didn't
yeah.
know that was illegal.
They were fake.
Oh, fake.
We were making them in our backyard.
Oh,
My grandma's backyard. My nonna.
your Nona. Does she know this is happening in,
No,
in her own
no,
backyard?
Kill her.
no,
It'd kill her if she knew.
She didn't know nothing. I think you guys know what time it is. It's time for Dylan's Cool Unsolved Murder of the Week. Of course, if you're new here, Dylan, there's nothing Dylan loves more than an unsolved murder. He hates when families get closure.
Well,
he hates closure.
I like closure, but not right away. You know, I want several months of like, there's a murderer on the loose and everyone's scared and, you know, looking over their shoulder at night. But eventually, I prefer if the murderer does go away, is locked up.
It's always better when the murder goes away, right?
Yeah.
You know, some of you don't want it to be solved, right? You might know the guy, might be an old friend from school, one of the boys around the corner, around the way. This one comes to us from TikTok. And you may have seen it. You may know how it panned out. You may not know. But a young lady, her name is Katie Santry. She, I don't know what she does if she fancies herself to be a TikTok personality, but I don't think she is. But she posted this, and let's just watch it. It's not too long. Randy, give it to us.
Yes, of course. Here you go, Dave.
I think my house is haunted and I'm freaking out. Like I'm literally shaking. This is my sunroom. This is where I work. I sit here every day. There's a playroom here, doors here. This is the space. I worked in here last night until about 6:30. Everything was fine. Shut my laptop. We close these doors. The dogs don't come in here at night. No one is in this room. I'm down this morning to work. Screen shattered.
Whoa.
This stuff down here. This hanging off. But the fucking kicker for me is that this that only goes on this shelf and only goes on this shelf ever, up here. Why? I've never put it there. I don't put it here. My phone sits there when I work. Why was that there? Here's the next bit of important information. So we're building a fence. And back here, we dug a hole. There is a rolled up carpet buried underground that we came across as we were digging this hole. Rolled up carpet. Who the fuck and why the fuck is there a rolled up carpet underground?
I got to say that last part's giving the audacity. I'm a straight white male with a fucking mustache.
The audacity.
You remember her?
Did they unroll the carpet to see what was in? Obviously, that's not part of the
You
TikTok.
just cool your jets,
yeah.
man.
Can you relax?
This went viral.
This
Yeah,
guy's got
I don't have closure on this situation, even though I did send this to Dave to make sure it was on his radar. But I don't know how this entire ordeal ends. I just know that it exists.
Anytime I've like come back to, you know, reality, I'm like, okay, these things aren't real. Like ghosts aren't a thing. And then something like this just gets me right back into like, yeah, they are, you know.
They are either a thing or many people have some sort of, there's something in our brain that triggers, like that tricks us. There's something, you know what I mean, that elicits that response. Because like too many, unless there's like, unless like a quarter or a third of our population are just making shit up.
Okay, so someone was in that room.
Someone slammed their laptop shut a little quickly, a little hard.
Somebody was in that room.
In theory, I hate that you froze it on this. That face is.
But like, you know, I know exactly what she's talking about. I actually walked into our office yesterday morning and had the same reaction that she did. Because I went to my desk and like my charger was pulled out. There was I could tell that my mouse pad, like my little trackpad, was to the side.
Dang. A bay juice was missing.
All our bay juice was just straight up missing. So hangovers were just everywhere. Like it was just crazy.
Somebody pee-peed on the seat.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just like, what's going on here?
Blame Sauce for pretty much all of that then.
You are the one responsible since you have the key in your hand.
Nobody pee-peed on the seat.
You let everybody in.
I don't know. We could give Sauce a key to the office.
There was the
At this
time when
point.
these lights were on over the weekend.
I think maybe it's me trying to delay the ghosts, but I think that the lights coming on is a power issue.
Seems right.
I think when the power comes back on, it does something to the party light.
It does. I've noticed.
So she has like 30 videos. She documented this entire thing, and we can't play them all. But I will say, when Will sent this to me on Thursday or Friday, I was like, oh, damn. I was really catching up. So she called police, and they came out, and they brought out, they taped off that entire part of her yard. They brought out 2 cadaver dogs. And you know, a cadaver dog, they have like a signal where if they sense or smell a corpse, they will sit down on the spot. They will sit where they think it is. Both of them sat down.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both.
There's video of both of them sitting down.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And so they brought out like the excavator. They start moving land. They start digging. They get the carpet up. And there's nothing in the carpet.
Okay.
And that's it.
Why would
That's still unsettling.
Why
though.
would someone bury a carpet?
Why are the cadaver
Rolled up
dogs
carpet.
sitting if there's no one in the carpet?
That's a really, really good point.
Like,
They tested the carpet
Maybe
to see if there's any kind of
I was gonna say maybe the carpet was used to move a body, and then they had to just bury the evidence.
a
a rolled up carpet is like the first thing your brain goes to is, oh, there's a body rolled up in that
Sure.
carpet. Like, no one who would bury a carpet for any reason
that makes
unless
no
it's
sense.
haunted.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's interesting.
Like-
but everybody was watching this, and I was like, damn. I mean, I was sure they were gonna find something, and so was she. And I gotta say, like, she was kind of walking a fine line of like wanting there to be a dead body because she knew like
Yeah.
she's about to blow up, and she
Well,
still is.
She did blow. She has 2.2 million followers now, and this whole like saga was like averaging probably like 6 million views per video.
Yeah. It's rare that I see people on Twitter like posting numerous videos from one TikTok account being like, you have to watch this. But it was also unfolding in that moment. So like even when I went to her TikTok profile, I had the most recent update that I had seen was the dog sitting there. So I didn't know that they hadn't found a body yet.
Yeah.
I wonder why the dogs, like, why they were signaling.
So people on TikTok are now got the conspiracy hats on, and they're like the cops definitely found something, but
Yeah.
they're just not telling her because she's clearly being like very viral and like everything. Like in this investigation, they're not gonna inform her until like stuff.
I
which
thought about
that
the
I
same
believe.
thing. Like, even if the rug was covered in blood, like the cops don't want some like person covering this to now 2.2 million people.
You would think that that's information they would have to disclose to the owner of the property, though.
Yeah,
Maybe do you think maybe they slid her a stack and said, you gotta stop this right now?
I don't know, man.
Stop going viral.
That's wild.
Isn't it kind of weird that this girl just found a rug in her backyard and now can make a living on TikTok for the rest of her, like, I mean, not for the rest of her life, but for, a few years?
Remind me, why did she decide to?
They were building a fence, putting a fence in.
Okay,
That's why they started digging.
got it.
So she was actually live streaming when the cadaver dogs were out. So can you zoom in on the far left photo, Randy? This is when the first cadaver dog sat down,
Oh wow,
like on the live stream. Yeah.
I didn't know that cadaver dogs were even a thing.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know how we have drug dogs here and they're all like German Shepherds and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
The drug dogs in London, when we flew into there, were just like little like cute spaniels and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Way more approachable, but also more intimidating for some
The
reason.
drug dog at my high school was a spaniel.
Yeah.
I think a cocker spaniel, actually.
These were Boykin spaniels.
They used to call me the drug dog
Yeah.
really?
Fuck yeah, dude.
because I would fucking sniff your drugs and take them,
Oh,
and then sniff them again.
It's good.
You have quite the sense of smell.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a little bit of backlash. People were like, you were trying to exploit whatever. It's her backyard. I don't know.
Who cares?
No, it's
Shut
not like
up.
it's not like her friend was murdered and then like went missing and then like she's like, oh, this could be my friend in this rug. Like,
how do you
no.
not document this?
Yeah, I'm glad she documented it. She's she's trying to explain the unexplained.
Maybe
We're here to unexplain it.
maybe unexplaining it at the same time.
That's what we're here.
Facts.
She's trying to pair the normal. You know
She
what I
is.
mean?
Yeah, that's wild.
That is wild. You guys want to hop back into the nail bag?
Somebody
Yeah.
was in that room.
Yeah, that's an unexplained portion of this.
Dude, jacked up her laptop? It's not cool.
That's kind of like, yeah. Once all the dust settles from this, and they get rid of the rug, put that fence in. Like, you still got get a new laptop. That's pretty annoying.
That laptop was handled very roughly to do that kind of damage to it.
Yeah. Maybe they got some bad news. Maybe she was on a Zoom call. I don't know. Just a number of things.
Maybe
that
she's a
could've gone wrong.
sleepwalker.
She got
and
laid
went
off
in-
and like punched the laptop.
maybe she doesn't remember going in there.
She was watching a Cowboy game that ended poorly and just
Yeah.
punched it.
Yeah.
She was streaming it.
Steelers fan.
She's a Steelers fan. Could be. Could be. They thought they had it. This next one is called Sorority.
It's called what again?
Sorority.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm
What?
Jessica.
Wanted to share the story with you as my girlfriend shared the story with me, and I honestly had trouble sleeping for a month. Lights on all night and going into work and sleeping in an unused conference room. I am 29. Not sure if giving away the university name will give away too much detail, but I will say the university is close to where Will went, and is known for their Halloween parties.
Man,
It's Ohio U.
Ohio.
you.
Home of the Bobcats.
Again in Ohio.
I wish I would have gone. Yeah. I think the Midwest may be more haunted than other parts of the country.
I would say the Northeast is probably the most haunted.
Young and restless.
But yeah,
New Orleans
Midwest
is very haunted. Facts.
Facts.
There's a lot of Northwest Indiana haunting.
Thank you for proving my point.
When we first started dating, about 2 weeks into it, a casual conversation went down about, do you believe to ghosts? And she gave a blunt, yes, I absolutely do. I've always been on edge of believing, and I still don't believe, if you know what I mean. I still don't want to believe, if you know what I mean. So I will tell this from her perspective, the way she told me. So it's a little hearsay-ish. When I was undergrad, I was rushing for Greek life. Generic. Rushing for Greek
Rushing
life.
for
Yeah,
Greek
we know.
life.
Just say which one.
Just say rushing.
Just say it's a fee.
We were in a frat. We know what it means.
Get it. It was all going great, and all of the pledge hazing was pretty tame and good. Building camaraderie, etc. One night they sent us out to an old cemetery that was located in the same property of an old insane asylum, and at least where they buried the patients when they passed away. They sent us out to walk around and get spooked, and it was very scary and creepy. You know how it goes. But in the cemetery, we didn't see anything like a ghost or a spirit. However, there was a penny sitting on top of one of the headstones of someone's grave. I didn't know any better, and I took it.
Big mistake.
Mistake.
Why?
For her thoughts.
You don't take things from the cemetery.
Especially a penny. It's 1 cent.
Like it didn't fall there out of someone's pocket. It was set there by somebody.
Yeah.
Or something.
I took this penny and put it in our dorm room, as we were still living in dorms at the time and sleeping in the same room with the roommate, which is important for later. I came to find out that stealing pennies off gravestones may have invited a demonic spirit to attach to me and follow me back to my dorm room. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, think.
Duh. The first night we woke up to all the cabinets in the suite/kitchen open. There was not much of a thought process there, as it could have been sleepwalking, but no one owned up to it. The next series of events took place over a 3-month time frame, fall semester, so September to Thanksgiving break. Frequently between 3 a.m. and 3:45 a.m., but mostly at exactly 3:15 a.m., a demonic spirit hovered over my bed. The best way to describe it was that it looked like a Dementor from Harry Potter.
Very creepy.
It would not just hover over me, but it would scratch at my legs and groin, similar to a golden retriever dog trying to dig a hole in sand. Or any dog, really. It's not just Goldens, but Goldens do have a certain way they dig, right? It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
It would also always have a little friend standing next to the bed watching. His friend that would be standing next to the bed was miniature and had horns. And it almost looked like Phil from the Disney movie Hercules, but like a terrifying version. You familiar with that?
Yeah, I think voiced by Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito would be spookier than that. If Danny DeVito was next to your bed. Little guy.
It's a Mike's thing.
The worst part was when I was dreaming, or I would be dreaming and not able to breathe, but then I would wake up to the demonic ghost/spirit choking me and trying to kill me, with both hands around my neck trying to choke me out. You know, that's how it probably sounded.
Yeah.
How do you think it sounded? The fuck?
Okay.
If I'm getting choked out, that's what I'm sounding like.
I don't think I can do better than what you just
I
did.
thought that was pretty
Yeah, don't
good.
try.
No, it was pretty good.
Okay, thank you. It's not pleasant.
Maybe too
It's
realistic.
not pleasant.
Uncomfortable.
You into that?
No.
Wait, do you know this person that submitted the story?
Stop. Let's go on.
Didn't you tell me that like you ran into a sorority and you walked away with like taste of pennies or something?
You know I didn't tell you that.
Like I could have.
You're so.
I
And
could
you
have
are
sworn
so
you said
dirty.
that.
You did. Her name was Penelope, right?
I
Persephone.
never dated anyone named Penelope.
My roommate said that she experienced the same things on her own with the same demonic characters and would also see me being haunted and would start screaming. We ended up working together and would yell things like, "Get out," and "No, not tonight," which actually made them leave. Yeah,
Hey.
get out of here. They told me, fuck it, get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm trying to fucking sleep, and this fucking thing, it comes into the room. Fucking, I don't know. I'm too old for it, you know? Maybe it's like a sign that I need to get out of the game, right? I shouldn't be in a dorm room. I'm 65 years old. I should be retired.
You can quit the game with the game
Bada
king.
bing.
Can't quit you.
Yeah, can't quit, you know. Some things you just can't get out. Blood in, blood out, right?
That's
That's
what
what
they
they tell
say.
you. You know what they don't tell you about?
What?
The fucking demons.
Right.
I live with them in my head every fucking day.
I'm
Every
sorry,
night I cry to
Nikki,
go to
I'm
bed.
sorry,
I'm
man.
thinking about Tall Paul down at the 7-Eleven. You remember that
I
night?
remember Tall Paul, yeah.
When he looked at me the wrong way, he looked at you the wrong way, and
He paid for it,
he
didn't
paid
he?
for it. Yeah, he paid for it. We made him pay us $6. That was a lot of money back then. When I went home for Thanksgiving break, it followed me home.
What?
Nothing sacred to these fuckers.
Holy shit.
I was eating breakfast with my family, and my brother came down and told our family about the same demonic spirit hovering over him and the same thing I experienced. So my mom and dad finally believed me, because up until that point, they just thought I was crazy or like drunk or high during all of these experiences. I was smoking the grass
Yeah.
and the loopy stuff. My parents took me back to school for finals that winter. My mom, who was very religious, did a holy water ritual all over my dorm, and I haven't had any problems since. Now, this is back to the boyfriend. This is the boyfriend talking.
Right.
You can imagine my skepticism, but she maintained her story forever. She saw how it impacted me and tried to say that she made it up, but she said she couldn't keep a lie like that for me, especially with her friends and family being involved, potentially outing her later for lying. So she told me. The worst part was when I was trying to get confirmation from my friends or coworkers and was like, listen, the story my girlfriend told me is crazy. And they're like, oh, yeah, that happened to me too. Or that happened to my brother. Don't let the spirit go into your mouth or it will control you. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Pretty terrifying. Hope the story makes it. Thanks for everything. And you know what? There will be no fuck you, Dorn. But Adorn, you are the man. And I hope you are doing great.
Oh, that's very sweet. You know, I needed that today. I appreciate that a lot.
I hope everyone listening understands that you just don't take things from cemeteries.
I'd be so pissed as the roommate.
Yeah. Like, are you seriously doing that?
Not cool.
Even something like a penny, because it was placed there, like
Yeah.
you said.
I don't even like going to cemeteries.
No, I don't think anyone does.
No, there's definitely people that like it.
Sickos.
The rumor was like, so maybe a listener will confirm, Kaio had a thing. Wasn't Kaio, they were the owl. They had the owl thing. And like, there's always a rumors like they have to like get in a coffin and like put underground.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
And I was always like, I don't feel like they're going to that trouble. They're
No,
not going to
they're
the
not-
trouble to
they're
do
not
all this
doing
shit.
that.
There may be a coffin, but I doubt that they're like getting buried in the coffin. Like that's just a lot of work and you know.
Sally was a Kaio. I'll talk to her.
Okay.
I just sip codeine because I got to kill a coffin.
Whoa. Oh, yes. Damn. Okay.
You got a lot of laughs here.
Can I say something? Will you guys let me the platform to say something?
Yeah,
I guess
we're
it's
not
his
the one
fucking
laughing.
show
It
now.
was-
Huh?
This,
It's his
this
fucking
has been
show.
my favorite spooky season episode we've ever done.
It's been good.
Yeah.
There
been
it is.
good.
There it is.
Fucking favorite.
We got
I'm very
Nikki,
pleased.
We got Nikki the Knife. We got Brent Rooker.
He ain't no rookie, let me tell you that.
That the nail bag we did with Rooker was an all timer.
Not great.
Just an excellent episode through and through.
You hear the one, you guys hear the one about a skeleton, right? Skeleton went to the party alone. Do you hear the one with the skeleton? He went to the party alone, huh? Hey, you don't tell the rest. You probably know how it goes, huh? This fucking guy right here, huh? No, did you hear about this?
I didn't hear
Skeleton
about
went
this.
to the party alone.
What
huh?
happened next?
He had no buddy to go with him.
That's good. That's good, dude. Pretty good. Audience like that one.
I told
too.
you about the old broad, that old witch I used to date, right?
No.
Girl, she was over off of East Avenue, over Easton Park. Right?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't remember this.
Yeah, we got along great, but we living with that other girl. It was, I don't know. Her broommate was a real bitch.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Fucking broad hated me.
I'm sorry, Nikki.
I was always, I always had guys going in and out of there, bringing me packages. I get it. Looking back now, you do a lot of reflection at my age. Looking back, like, yeah, I would have hated me too, right?
Right.
I wasn't a nice guy then.
No, certainly not.
I had to do things,
Bad things.
spooky things.
You had to make a living.
Yeah.
What? Broommate was a real bitch.
Broommate.
She was a
Get
real
it?
bitch.
Do you get it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. She lived over East Avenue and Park.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good neighborhood too.
Some good girls over there. Huh?
Yeah,
Hey, maybe you find you one. Huh?
some good broads over there.
Randy, you go find yourself one down there. You probably still know.
Hey.
I get okay. You need a couple bucks? Take her out to the show. No funny stuff.
To the show.
Well, I never.
My
To the
niece.
show.
My niece still lives down there, so you don't. Just saying. You can take her out, show her a good time, take her to the picture show, whatever. Just don't try and have funny stuff. You know what I mean?
Picture show.
I remember this
What
guy.
year
You
is
remember
this?
this guy? He used to fog up the windows in his car. I was like,
Oh,
hey, what
yeah.
are you doing in there?
Oh, yeah. He's
Right?
known for that.
He was alone though.
He was alone.
It was a
He's
weird.
weird. He's a
car.
heavy breather, right? He's a heavy breather. Yeah. Randy's his name.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a wacky one. Them Northern Indiana guys are fucking.
Yeah, they're wild ass.
Gotta be
aren't
careful
they?
for them.
Oh yeah. You know what they say about them Indiana girls, them Indiana Nights, right?
Yeah.
You know, he
Oh, I
knows.
know.
You know. Yeah, that's why we don't trust him. We like him, but we don't
This
trust
fucking
him.
guy. I know.
You want to do one more?
You got another one?
Got one more we can do. It's a quickie. It's called Zone of Death. The fuck?
Love that.
I'm going to avoid that zone.
I went to the Zone of Death.
That's where that one merchant sells out of.
Merchant of Death.
Ah, yes. Doing great these days, by the way.
He's been trying to acquire that property.
Yeah.
That's like that would be a great headline. Like Merchant of Death acquires Zone of Death. Like what?
Huh?
I just spent the summer working as a park ranger in Yellowstone National Park. Brett. Has he been to Yellowstone or does he just have the
Probably.
merch? I don't know. At the time of writing this, I'm less than a week from my end date and plan to listen to Circling Back archives during my 3-day drive home. Similar to the PCT or AT, the Continental Divide Trail crosses through Yellowstone on its route to Canada, from Canada to Mexico. My commute to work passed by the trail, so I would often see hitchhikers on the side of the road looking for a ride to the nearest campground for the night. Wearing full ranger uniform and carrying a park radio, I felt secure enough to pick up several hikers this summer for the quick 15-minute ride, even though I was a young woman by myself. As the temps drop, the hikers make their way to the southern border. It has been a while since I've picked up any dirty hippies on the side of the road, but last week an old man came into our ranger station, asked if, he was saying that he used to work there back in the 70s. Right before he walked out, he asked if we had heard about the cannibal summer of 1970. And here's how the story goes.
The cannibal summer? Okay.
I'm not talking fine young cannibals. Nobody was driving anybody crazy.
Don't get the reference, but I'm sure people will.
She drives me crazy.
You're going to be upset on like,
Ooh.
do you know what a game show podcast if that song ever comes up?
It's a banger.
It's not.
It could for spooky season.
In July of 1970, Stanley Dean Baker was hitchhiking in southern Montana. A young social worker named James Schlossler. Is that funny?
Schlossler.
Schlosser. It's Schlosser. Picked him up and offered him a ride to Yellowstone National Park. The two men decided to camp together that night along the Yellowstone River.
What? With
What?
the hitchhiker? Camping with a hitchhiker?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a wild ass move.
I wouldn't do that.
It's the 70s.
It's true.
That's true.
While James was sleeping, Stanley crept over and shot him twice in the head.
Oh, so that's why you don't camp out with hitchhikers.
Then he cut off his arms, legs, and head.
Then he ate them.
He ripped his heart out of his chest and ate it raw. Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom style.
Calamari. Calamari.
Calamari.
Right.
You have seen that movie.
It's a great movie.
I've only seen the first one.
First one's wait, is it the best? Can't remember. They're all good. They're all good.
I think I watched the first one and then started the second one, but had to stop watching it to like go to dinner or something like that.
So
So
I
I
just never picked it back up.
no, it was one of those like it's on TV and they're doing a marathon, so I'm just gonna ride this out on the couch until this dinner
Good
night.
series.
He dumped the body in the river, stole his car, and drove to California. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Going
dun,
back
dun, dun, dun,
to
dun,
Cali.
dun. We've been on the run, eating some guy's heart. Now I'm trying to drive home.
Okay.
He didn't. That song wasn't out yet. It wasn't written for years.
No, this is 1970.
A few days later, a fisherman snagged the body on his line and reeled it in. Dude, caught it on his fly.
Did. You know what kind of fly he was using?
He tied it himself. Stanley crashed the car in Monterey and was picked up by police who found bones in his pockets.
Well, that is his money at the same time. So
He immediately told police, they ain't chicken bones, they're human fingers. I have a problem. I'm a cannibal.
he's pretty open about that, huh?
I have a problem. I'm a cannibal. He admitted everything, and they found a recipe for LSD and a copy of the Satanic Bible in his possession. Thankfully for me, I didn't pick up any cannibals this summer that I know of, and thankfully for the hitchhikers, I didn't hear the story until after they made their way to the park. Hope this one was spooky enough for you guys. Oh, well, it was.
Cannibalism will get you. Yeah, that qualifies every time.
A little LSD, a little satanic stuff.
Little fingers in the pocket.
Hey.
What a roller coaster emotions for that fisherman.
Yeah.
He just had a big one on the line and then whoop, dead body.
Yep. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for when you go
Remember-
fishing.
You remember what happened to Fredo when he went out on that boat, right?
Fredo, yeah,
Didn't end well.
that was unfortunate for Fredo and his family.
Didn't end well.
You hear about this?
And that's spooky
Oh,
season.
I've heard about it.
Okay.
And that there is spooky season, folks.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Loved it. Loved every second of it.
Thank you, Brent Rooker, for joining us for the Silly Show. We will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye. Later.